Hey, and welcome to Matt and Jess TV. I am Matt Roast.
And I'm Jessica Bun Bun.
This is our Dexter Resurrection Season 1, Episode 8 preview. The title for this episode, by the way, is The Kill Room Where It Happens. I didn't know we were making Hamilton references when it comes to Dexter, but I guess apparently that's where we are now.
I guess so, but it also is making me wonder if this is going to be the episode where Prater actually finds out who Dexter really is and is like, welcome, because that's what he's going to be. Welcome. I'm such a fan of the Bay Harbor Butcher. Let's go. We made this connection. Now you're opening up to me even more, which is something that Prater has said in this last episode.
Yeah.
He's able to do to get killers to feel really comfortable with him and open up about anything. And is it possible then that Prater is going to get him to open up about this, and then Dexter's going to be like, and this is the kill room where it happens, and actually starts to do a show and tell?
I really feel like, and I don't want to set the expectations too high here, but in my head, this has the potential to be the second best episode of this season. And
Wow.
I say that because that's going to be very hard to top episode 4. Like, that was just like
Right.
absolute cinema. But I feel like the stage is set here where there are a lot of storylines we've been watching all season and kind of wondering, okay, when is everything going to hit the fan? And
Right.
it feels like that fan, it's been turned on now. It's starting to oscillate a little bit, and we're about to just be like blown straight against the wall.
Absolutely. I mean, everything with Angel, where we left off, everything coming up with Prater. Only Al is left, right? So,
Yes.
I mean, it's all coming to a head.
Okay, well, we have so much to get into in this preview. This is going to be a lot of fun. But before we go any further here, be sure to hit that subscribe button because we are here, if you didn't know, with multiple Dexter Resurrection videos a week. We're diving deep into the episodes with reviews. We are offering up multiple theories a week. We just have a really, really great time, and we want you guys to be our not-so-dark passengers along for this ride, and subscribing. It's just the best way to make sure you don't miss out on any of this.
Also, we're covering Alien Earth. We've got Only Murders in the Building coming up very soon in just a few weeks. So hit that subscribe button. And if you want even more Dexter coverage, you can head over to our Patreon. We're having more discussions over there about the show. And thank you so much to everyone who has joined.
Thank you guys. We very, very much appreciate that. So before we even dive too much into the synopsis, I just want to pick up on what you're saying, this idea that, okay, Prater is going to figure some stuff out here. And this is where everybody put on your tinfoil hats. I think we have to begin everything by talking about Charlie at this point, because based on this past episode, like, she obviously knows something isn't quite right. Like, she very much knows something is off about what Gareth did and the whole explanation that, quote unquote, Red is offering.
Yeah, I mean, she's not buying it, and that's her job to not buy it. Her job is to be
Yeah.
suspicious of everybody and look into everything the best that she can, whether Leon wants to hear it or not. And that's where I think the push and pull is going to end up coming, because Leon doesn't want to hear it if he's getting what he wants. We've seen him already kind of be like, that's your job, just to deal with security. And she's like, but my real job is to tell you about things. He's like,
Yes.
yeah, I don't really care. So after the whole Garrett thing, we saw that Charlie was very suspicious of this whole thing. It's just like, this is not how Gareth kills. He kills in twos. He doesn't just attack people. Like, he's very methodical and well thought out in what he does. And that's why he hasn't been captured. He isn't somebody who's impulsive in killing people, and he doesn't kill other killers. So, like, what is going on here?
I think Charlie has probably been documenting things in her head, but she's also somebody who, number one, she wants to keep her job. She doesn't want Prater
Yes.
to fire her, but I don't think she's forgotten about some of the other things that are a little bit weird with Red, including the fact that, okay, he's not really working anymore. He's not at his old place. Like, what's going on here? And I think as she's compiling information, there's things that she can excuse away. But once you sort of collect a big enough trail of evidence here, I mean, this show is all about evidence in a way. She's got those things. She's got the fact that, okay, Mia was arrested. We don't know where Lowell is, what's happened with Garrett. It's just, there are too many coincidences, and she is not crazy about killers. Like, this is not Prater 2.0 here, where she's gonna be rational enough that I just see her being like, okay, this guy just showed up and all this stuff has happened. Like, I at the very least need to follow him.
Yeah, and I mean, if she really follows that trail, she might be able to get to the idea that he might be the Bay Harbor Butcher and then bring that to Prater, and then Prater will be like, ah, he's in my presence, and not care at all because the Bay Harbor Butcher is a way bigger get than Red.
That's what's hilarious about all of this to me, is that here is Charlie, who is just out here being like, I'm doing my job. I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to make sure everything is okay. And it feels like she's talking to somebody who is just going to be so mystified that he's not going to see the forest through the trees. That, oh, here is this person who is famous for killing other killers, and he's a part of my club now. Oh, there's no problem. He's not going to do anything to me. It's all fine.
Yeah, Leon lives in danger. It's the way that it is.
All of this it all connects further, though, to one of the latter lines of the synopsis for this episode, which is Prater uncovers information that could lead Harrison to being in serious danger.
Mhm.
Now, where I think all this could be going is this idea that if Charlie follows Red around here, like eventually she's going to come across Harrison, and it's not going to be that hard to figure out who Harrison is, especially if it's at the hotel. He's got the name tag. She can just do some digging, and she can be like, who is this Harrison Morgan? And then she can just go to her computer and just be like, Dexter Morgan, and then it's like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah, Harrison would be the key that would unravel everything about Dexter, but it's also possible that in her digging that she's going to find out he's worked at this hotel, there was a murder at this hotel,
Yeah.
he was a suspect, all of those things will start to come together.
And the other fear, and this could be leading into how Harrison is in danger here, is that if Charlie feels like Red/Dexter is like a serious obstacle for the club and she's not able to get him, like, is she going to leverage Harrison's life in order to get Dexter to do whatever she wants? Because ultimately, Dexter's not somebody who cares about a lot of things. We have talked on this channel for a long time that empathy, not really one of his strong suits, but the idea of Harrison's life being on the line, like, that might actually be an emotional motive to him.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that came about in this last episode where, Harrison was hearing from Claudette about how killers can't feel love and they can't feel connection. And Dexter really tried to reassure him to be like, yeah, some of that is true. Absolutely, some of that is true. But on the other hand, I feel for you more than I have ever felt anything for anyone. I do feel something for you.
And all of that connects directly into the next part of the synopsis, which says that Dexter is redirecting his attention as a way to step up as a father. And I think, if we're talking about regular human beings here, our reaction to this is going to be like, oh, that's really sweet. You're helping be there for your son. He's going through this big transition in his life. If he's going to try to enter law enforcement, all that's great. But the problem here is that this may signal Dexter's kind of taking his eye off the ball at a time in which Charlie may be sniffing around him, but we already know Batista is sniffing around him. Like, is Dexter really going to think that dropping Angel off in the middle of the road is just going to cause him to leave town now?
Yeah, and I mean, with the tracker, obviously, that Dexter doesn't know about, I
Yeah.
mean, this is just going to lead Angel to the next meeting with Prater, Charlie, Al. We don't know what's going to happen with Al yet. Is he going to get got? Is he
Yeah.
going to get away? Nobody knows at this point, right? But this tracker is definitely going to be a problem for Dexter. If Dexter could really actually do what he's saying in the synopsis,
Yeah.
which is just focus on Harrison and just leave the rest of this killer squad alone, then Angel has nothing. And that's really what Dexter has been wanting and why he said to Harrison, yeah, I'm not really worried about it because he doesn't have anything on me. And if Dexter just focuses on Harrison, then Angel doesn't have anything, right?
I'm just wrestling with all these sort of thoughts about this tracker, what's going to become of it, because it just feels like to me, yeah, Batista's got this leg up on him right now, but how long is that gonna last? It might last long enough for him to, see that he's going and visiting Prater and kind of connect some of those dots, but it's like, Dexter, you're a U-car driver. Are you kind of checking out what's in your car at every given moment? Like you probably should be.
He should be, but I don't think he is. I feel like we really are building up to where we're going to see Angel following Dexter, who's meeting up with Prater. And at that point, Angel's going to be like, why does he know this billionaire and what is going on?
The question then is like, okay, then is Batista gonna redirect his attention a little bit? Where it's like, if you are Angel, like Dexter's clearly your white whale in a lot of ways, but if you can't get Dexter, the idea of, I don't know, taking out a billionaire or like getting justice for some other people, like that's like a real career defining. I know that Gareth had all these podcasts, but it's like Batista could have like the Super Cop podcast after that. Like this could be a really big game changer for him.
Okay, tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
This is where I'm kind of hoping it goes because I don't want to see Angel dead. I
Yeah,
don't
I
want to
don't
see
either.
Angel on the table. I don't want to see Angel get killed by Harrison, Dexter, nobody. What I'm kind of hoping now is because Prater is a billionaire and can kind of get away with pretty much anything, money buys everything, we all kind of know that,
Yeah.
that it could end up buying Dexter his, we'll call it freedom away from being the Bay Harbor butcher. Let's say Charlie Diggs finds out who he is. Prater shows up, is like, I know who you are. We need to have a talk. I'm okay with it, by the way. We had that discussion.
Yeah.
We've bonded. I'm bonding with you. I'm really excited to know you. And Dexter's kind of like, I guess I kind of have to go down this road at this point. Prater could be like, I am going to protect you. So we know that Angel's after you. All this stuff is happening. He's trying to gather evidence. I'm going to make sure that that's never found and that he just can't get to you. So by the end of the season, Angel just isn't able to get him.
I'm good for anything that keeps Angel alive. Just because I don't want anything to happen to him, but I also want him back for another season. It's
Yeah.
just because I love David and I think he's so good in this role. And all of that makes sense because I think it's also the sort of thing, yeah, maybe a part of Dexter is grateful, but Dexter's also never the sort of person who just wants to live under the thumb of someone else. And I think this idea
No.
of, okay, I, Leon Prater, will be your white knight. I will be your savior. Like, that's good for about 10 seconds for Dexter, but he's just like, okay, I need to sort of have a talk here with imaginary Harry because we need to figure out a way to justify the code on this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. That he will let Prater help him out, get him out of this trouble with Angel, wipe away anything that could ever be connected with Dexter at all. But then he needs to get rid of Prater because one of the parts of the code is don't get caught, right? You
Yeah.
can't get caught. And if Prater knows everything and he's been able to wipe everything away because he knows everything, then I would think there's a little wiggle room in this code to get rid of Prater because you can't get
Yeah.
caught. And if he knows who you really are and all the details because he's the person that's wiped it away, then Prater has to go.
He also has to get rid of Charlie. And by the way,
Yes.
we're talking Uma Thurman here. I have some advice for you, Dexter. Good luck, bro. You're going to need it. It's just like she's trained in all of this. I don't know how you're going to do that to her.
No.
But ultimately, the other part of the synopsis, and this actually might be the part that I'm the most excited about, is that it mentions that Claudette is going to start digging really deep into the history of Miami Metro. And of course, this gets all of my little nostalgia tingles just going because it's like, okay, does this mean she's going to call up Quinn, that she's going to call up Masuka? We're going to get some sort of references for all of us who want those sort of dives into the past. It's a way to have it happen, but also kind of make it relevant to what's actually going on.
Yeah, and really actually learn about Dexter's past, sort of him being born in blood, what happened to his mom, what happened to his brother, everything could open up where she really starts to profile him in a way that she hasn't before, where then she's like, okay, Angel, you know what? There's some stuff in this guy's past that makes sense that he might actually end up here.
Yeah, and Claudette's very good at her job. We know that already. Like her methods are a little bit unconventional, but for a place like Miami Metro, they kind of need that at this point because all of their methods, everything Batista's trying to do, it's just not working. Like I don't think she's going to be able to find proof, but we know that, Quinn is aware of at least where some metaphorical bodies are buried when it comes to Dexter and Deb in the past. Like he's a little bit of a resource. Batista obviously lived all of it. It's possible to me they might be able to set some sort of trap. And it's once again kind of a parallel to Leon and Charlie, where if they sort of put Harrison in a position where he's in a different sort of danger, like, is that a way to get Dexter to admit to something, to actually get some sort of clues?
Yeah, I mean, Dexter's not going to admit to anything, I don't think.
I don't
Possibly to
think.
Prater if Prater's able to get him out of it, but he's never going to admit it to Angel unless Angel's on the table and he's about to die, just like Lowell, where he's like, I'm the Bay Harbor Butcher, and then you're dead.
So if we are to sort of just telegraph the rest of the season at this point, because this is the sad news here, everybody. We only have 3 episodes. This has
know.
gone so unbelievably fast, which happens anytime we have a good show.
Yeah.
I do feel like, kind of like you were saying, Al's going to be a focus of this episode in some shape or form.
He's got to be, right?
Yeah, like he's not mentioned in the synopsis, but I also just feel like he's the only one of these recurring killers left. Dexter's dispatched of all of the others, and I just kind of feel like whether you kill this character off, he's arrested, he goes away, whatever, you kind of need to clear the table a little bit here because Dinklage, you got to give him time to cook. You got to give
Yep.
Uma time to cook. I feel like moving into the final episodes, like 9 could be the big Dexter versus Charlie showdown, and then 10 is really the mano a mano with Prater.
Yeah, and Angel. I mean, we have a few people that still need to be cleaned up, like Claudette, Angel, Prater, Charlie, Al. There's only a few episodes left. I mean, there's going to have to be some double killings going on.
I know, and this is honestly what I'm a little bit worried about. I mean, I'm very hyped for this episode. I think it's going to be great, but I am sitting back and being like, this is a lot to take care of in 3 episodes. And now we do know that they have some semblance of a multi-season plan, and there's a pretty good chance we're going to hear a little more about that in due time. Do you actually try to subvert the formula a little bit and try to be like, okay, maybe we are going to keep Dinklage around for a little bit in season 2, because everybody got used to, in the original Dexter, each season's its own separate big bad, and then that's kind of sort of it.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see him back. I mean, he's one of my favorite actors, and why not have him back? He's a billionaire. It kind of feels like if he just died, that's going to be huge
Yes.
press, which is, unless Dexter's able to kind of really frame somebody for it and make it believable, because that Garrett thing, it wasn't believable. Like, it just wasn't, which is why Charlie was like, I don't know about this. But he needs to really make it believable.
He does, and I want it to be pretty difficult for him, honestly, because like one of the few criticisms I have of this season is that at times it's felt like Dexter is Michael Jordan going against a bunch of basketball players who look like me and can't move further than 5 feet. Like, he's taking out all these killers really, really fast, and while he's really good at it, like, conceivably they're all supposed to be too, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially for me, the Gemini killer, him taking out both of them sort of as quickly as he did back to back,
Yeah.
that one was a little less believable for me because they have been doing it for so long and they had been in communication with each other over everything to be able to like do what they do, never be seen together, keep this secret for however many years to just have Dexter be able to get one then the other. It was hard to believe.
It was hard to believe. I am still going to put my faith into Clyde Phillips for the rest of this season.
For sure.
You've done such a good job with Resurrection. It's even
Yep.
better than I expected. I expected it was going to be pretty darn good.
Yep.
But let's turn this now to you guys. What do you think we're going to see on Dexter Resurrection Season 1, Episode 8? Do you think that this is the end for Al? Do you think that all the secrets are about to just be sort of blown wide open? Let us know in the comments. And of course, hit that subscribe button for more Dexter coverage, and you can support us further by joining our Patreon. We have that link in the description. We're covering Countdown there exclusively in video form. Thank you so much for your support, and we will see you here next time.